Today, I might have discovered a scientific findings that might be able to shake the whole scientific community, just like Isaac Newton discovered gravity, Albert Einstein defined relativity, and Stephen Hawking to the Big Bang theory. And I'm proudly to present you that it is totally possible to travel faster than the speed of light. When it's jumping to conclusion on the internet, it has only been day 2 since the launch of the Wuthering Waves. When I'm doing this recording, a lot of people say stuff like, oh, this is a Genshin killer. I would argue that this is also a Mario killer, Devil May Cry killer, Pokemon killer, or even Overwatch killer. Nah, I mean, that game actually dies by itself, even nobody do anything about it. If there's one thing that I want you guys to take away from this video, you don't have to do all the prediction whether this game gonna fail or gonna success or not. All you have to do is really just enjoy the game. It's not like your livelihood or your career depends on this game. You're not the content creator, neither you invest any pennies into this company. So yeah, just avoid all the drama and play the game, which is the part that I'm gonna be hypocrite about, because I'm gonna talk about the drama regarding to the Wuthering Waves. And I'm gonna assume that most of you already watched the drama that happens along the Wuthering Waves in the EN communities. Like, why is it gonna fail from day 1? Why is it a clone or a copy? Stuff like that. But the phenomenon of jumping to conclusion doesn't just happen in the EN communities. It also happens in the CN communities. So today we're gonna take a look at the opinions and the rant from the other side of the world. Let's start from elephant in the room. There's a lot of glitch in the game right now, and I wouldn't mind to see some funny glitch and just laugh it off, because you can kind of patch it out over time. Like this one. What happens to his body, and this character just looks like a zombie, a bleak man. But the problem lies with the optimization of the game. It crashed. The game crashed a lot. Some people run the game with RTX 4080 and still have issue with the game, and some of them can't even play it. And that leads to the horrendous sales for the launch date. I mean, like, how am I gonna spend on gacha when I can't even run the game properly? Not to mention the mobile phone, some of them are just unplayable. And even if it's playable, you would be considered lucky for not getting 3rd degree burn from it. So the first day sales is terrible, with $72,000 of revenue in the first day, 25 times less than the Genshin impact on its first day, 1.8 millions. And if you still don't understand how bad is this, let me give you another idea. Girl Frontline 2 made $190,000 in the first day. But I don't think the numbers actually represent how bad is the game. It only represents how glitchy is the game and people are not willing to pay it. So I think we can only judge it fairly after they fix all the glitches. And yeah, they better be fast about this before people lose all the hype. So no wonder the rating was so low on yesterday at 5.2. And as I check it right now, it's at 6.3. But the rating is also very questionable. There can't be so many 5-star and 1-star coexist like that. But let's just give it benefit of a doubt. Their ratings still suffer really hard, while the cultural difference between EN community and the CN community might be real. But when it comes to the first hour of Wuthering Waves gameplays, we don't even need to speak the same language to understand each other. I think any human being who played this game, even your grandma, would agree that the story is boring as hell and is unskippable when I play it. But right now they have patched it after the backlash. So yeah, good job on that. The story is so long and it doesn't make any sense. So do yourself a favor and skip everything in the first hour of the gameplay. There have already been videos and comments about how they quit the game within 2 to 3 hours. Some quit the game because it is just unplayable. And some quit the game is because the story is just too boring and it takes too long to navigate. It's like they're trying to feed you the quantum physics textbook into your asshole. This is not the way you should do the storytelling. Another issue is the combat camera. It feels buggy and it doesn't focus the way it's supposed to be. I think the overall issue is that the game isn't complete yet. Just like Cyberpunk and the No Man's Sky. But Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky did make their way back by just patching it over and over again. And I do think that Wuthering Waves could make their way back by just patching it over and over again. Because the amount of attention they have been receiving is gigantic. This is probably the only element that could save Wuthering Waves from this situation. Because it's still a lot better to have people to know about you than they know nothing about you at all. Enough nerding, let's just goofing around with the memes from the outside of the planet. Yeah, and this one said, I apologize for shit talking Genshin. And look at this, how adorable is this? And it said, Master, it's time to start Genshin. So somebody came out with this fake MiHoYo letters to the player. It said, Dear travelers, judging from the performance of the Wuthering Waves, we would like to not only to retract the decision of increasing the amount of resin, we also would like to reduce the amount of maximum resin by 40. It means that the amount of maximum resin you're gonna get is gonna drop to 120. We also would like to take away 1,600 of primogerms from the player in order to compensate for our staff who took so much stress from the community. So based on this post, the CN community is thinking that even if Genshin did the most deplorable decision possible, people will still come back. For how bad is the Wuthering Waves right now? Of course, they're saying this as a joke, but you can kind of see how hard has Wuthering Waves flop in the mind of CN communities. And the only thing that keeps us going is really just the complexity of the combat system and maybe our expectation to the end game. And the other thing that keeps us playing is Baizhi and her thigh. Anyway, so whether combat itself is good or not, it really depends on the gaming experience of the end game. And I guess that we need to just wait and see how it plays out. I do really think that it's still too early to tell, because there was a game called Fortnite. Like, why would you play Fortnite when there's PUBG, right? Because the player base in the Fortnite and the PUBG are not entirely the same. And the same thing will apply to the Wuthering Waves and the Genshin. Wuthering Waves will eventually find its own niche that is different from Genshin. It's just as simple as that. But their genre is definitely close enough to be a competitor. I'm not trying to deny that. It is still really hard to predict what's gonna happen in the future. As a player, we should really just take a step back, avoid all the drama, and just enjoy the game while you can. If you think it's fun, then yeah, it's good. I personally would like to give this game another good 30 to 50 hours before I give any valid opinions towards it, because I do see the potential of the complexity of the combat system, and also I'm still enjoy the novelty of it, have a good time with the game. So yeah, just enjoy the game and don't let the internet tell you what game are you supposed to play. That's pretty much it. See you guys. I've been playing for like 5 to 6 hours of Wuthering Waves. I've been playing Genshin and Honkai Star Rail for over a year. I'm just trying to validate that I actually have some background on playing the gacha game. I'm not trying to jump on the bandwagon without knowing what am I jumping into.